USC, give the Trojans at least this breadcrumb. The final month of the season, they've at least fought. They fought against Notre Dame. They fought against Arizona State. Still didn't play well. They're still not well coached. They're still undisciplined, still commit a lot of penalties, but at least they're fighting now. So, like, USC is not going to pull the cord on this game. USC is going to go at it for 60 minutes. So if UCLA leaves some mistakes on the table, then USC can step in and maybe pull the upset. I would favor UCLA, but USC has a legitimate chance in this game for that reason.
UCLA has 2 remaining games that they should win. USC, marginal Cal team, that would bring their record to 8-4. Had you told me at the beginning of the season that UCLA was going to finish 8-4, I would have been fairly impressed with that record. But now that it's all nearly said and done, it looks like a paper-thin 8-4, not the 8-4 that you would see in another conference. And I don't know if Chip Kelly's on good ground, decent ground. I would think he keeps his job at 8-4, and they should be able to accomplish that.
Yeah, I think, if you asked UCLA people, UCLA fans before the season, I think they would have said 8-4 was kind of like the Mendoza line. That was the 50-50 point for that program. For USC, it was 9-3. That was going to be the in-between point for Clay Helton if he ever got to that stage. Obviously, he didn't. But like 8-4 is like the 50-50 scenario. And it's really similar to what we see at Florida with Dan Mullen. He's 6-4. Will he get to 8-4? And people would say that he not only needs to beat Missouri and Florida State, he needs to beat them convincingly to really save his job. With Chip Kelly, probably a very similar scenario that he not only needs to beat USC and Cal, he needs to beat them convincingly because everyone knows this is a bad USC team. Interim coach Dante Williams doesn't have Drake London. You need to put a thumping on USC if you're Chip Kelly. You can't win a 49-48 game that goes down to a tipped 2-point pass at the end. Like you need to win this game by at least 14, probably 20, if you want to say, I've solidified my position. Cal the following week should be a slam dunk. The Bears are reeling and they will have been coming off the big game against Stanford this week. So that's usually an emotional letdown for Cal having to play a game after Stanford. So really, this is it for Chip Kelly. That if he wins big, yeah, that probably keeps his job. Assuming he then gets to 8-4. But a weak performance, win or lose, man. Now I'm of the opinion that he should be gone already. Like this season showed me, he's not turning the corner, not making defensive adjustments. How much longer do you persist with what is plainly mediocrity? And as you kind of alluded to, Mark, the Pac-12 was vulnerable this year. It was ripe for the picking. Utah stepped in and did that in the South, but Utah lost to BYU and San Diego State. So, only Oregon has really, come close to realizing its full potential over the course of a whole season. The rest of the conference was really vulnerable. So if you're UCLA, like this was your missed chance. You had a veteran quarterback coming back. You knew what you needed to improve on. The defense was absolutely atrocious in the pandemic season last year. Even modest improvements would have gotten the job done. Nope, it didn't happen. So I would personally be done with Chip Kelly. I'd go after, plenty of talented coaches out there. I'd be looking for, the coaches that USC and Washington get a chance to look for. So that's like another thing with UCLA. You're going to let USC and Washington hire new coaches and you stand pat? Like, just logically, it doesn't make sense. But in terms of reading the politics of this and how much appetite UCLA administration has for wanting to go through a coaching change right now, yeah, I'm not seeing it. I think if Chip Kelly goes to 8-4, I don't think UCLA has the backbone to go after a new head coach and pull the trigger, get Chip Kelly out of there. That's my read on it right now.